just to point.
I never said it, so you're just correcting yourself.
I am.
I'm perfect.
I'll admit it. You are sitting, because I agree.
Boost in the window, though. Blade's the one that's waiting with the FAMAS. Meanwhile, Get Right's got up on Catwalk. He's going to climb through the ladder, so they'll have a double aggression onto this position, and Get Right's already aimed in with the scout. Try and look for the angle. Get the man advantage back, or at least even it back up. Now, okay, now he'd still be just trying to claw away from the deficit at this point, because Bondik's now found Alu, looks for the shot, and he doesn't even actually hit Blade on the second try. So he gets away with 29 HP, and they survive with 5 up.
Well, it's going to be Markelov to get a kill on Get Right there, which means Exist and Freiburg are going to be left alone. That grenade failing just a little bit. Hiko still going to pick up the spray, and actually Blade will steal that second one, but almost a double there with the submachine gun. Steals a Tech 9 as well, and puts us into the third round. NiP still without a bomb plant, and they're going to be playing this round with absolutely minimal investment. In fact, not a single pistol being purchased yet.
Bought Alu. It's a little bit slow with the algorithm that time. So it took him a while to get out of the spawn. But maybe it's for the best, because his teammates are going to die before they get much further. A Simple just tapping away. This is ridiculous. Simple with 4 kills in mid. Markelov takes away the ace, but what a play from him with that gun. When you've only got a hammer, all your problems start looking like nails. It doesn't matter what gun he has. I'm like watching your face like, is this real life?
All I can think of are inappropriate jokes that I can't make on stream. You've no idea what kind of hell you're putting me in. I will save them for later. Maybe I'll put them on Twitter. It's gonna be a 5v5. I'll do the other one though. You might have a face that only a mother can love, but you have a mother that everyone can love.
Oh, wow.
It's gonna be a 3v4
You know,
here,
my
Bonding.
parents watch this stuff sometimes, right?
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Right, it's going to be alone in a 1v4. The bomb is lost in A bomb side. And Flipside, they're actually off to a very good start at the moment.
Yeah, this is really good for them. Mirage is typically a map that their T side is the thing that has to carry them due to a lackluster CT. So for them to get these early 3 rounds plus the first gun is actually going to look really well. So still a chance for them in this game. Obviously, a much better chance than what we saw in the previous map. And Markelov closes out on Get Right. So every gun goes down. Get Right doesn't even sit by and allow time to expire. It puts them right back onto pistols. We'll see how they want to respond, because they have to win the next gun round before this gets out. I think if they don't win the next gun round, based on Flipside's T side, if they can get rolling with some momentum, there's a real chance for Flipside in this. I know that's an early call, but there's definitely a chance.
Well, I mean, after the kind of loss that they took on Inferno, this kind of start is definitely going to help them so much, and also put just a little bit of cool on NiP, make sure that they don't feel too confident continuing on here. Eco sees, and now he's actually switched it up to play in the middle. So that's also a bit interesting. Maybe he was getting too bored over at the B bomb side and thought it was time to go into mid instead. But he sees that smoke going down and wants to put up a Molotov to just try and counter them a bit. Good grenade here on Freiburg, but again, NiP are playing without armor except for Alu, and should be a fairly simple round here for a Flipside.
A simple round for Flipside.
Yeah.
And simple, as you say, that gets 1 kill. So far, it is a fairly simple round. One of the interesting aspects as well for them on this team is that normally their secondary opper, primary, unless Simple calls for himself, because he'll make the decision. But look at that hold with the Tech 9 as Hiko switches back over. They don't have their secondary opper, and oftentimes they do flirt with the double op setup on their CT on this map. So it's going to be interesting to see if that works or not, because you talked about Simple changing it up, going back toward mid. He'll play from catwalk, connector, window. He doesn't care, but only when he has the support of that second op to make the decision.
Yeah, I mean, even when they've traditionally, with them having a stand-in on this team, they've had Cyberfocus playing instead. So then it's been, World Edit and Cyberfocus doing the double op, or when Simple here, it's Simple and World Edit doing it. So you're right, they do really like doing that. I mean, in my dreams, they will just have Markelov doing the secondary AWPing.
You're right, they actually could if they had to.
Still believe. I still believe.
Baby Markelov's at home cheering.
Yeah. It can happen. You just have to have, enough faith, and it'll all be good. 6th round is coming up right now, and NiP, they're not under an incredible amount of pressure right now, but it'd be sweet if they can just get around in here, start to connect the dots and see where the weakness is in Flipside's defense. And smoke here going to be for middle. Exist putting that one up, and yeah, that's going to be right on in there, while the rest of them rotating towards the B bomb side. And it's going to be Hiko again back at B with the M4. He's got a Molotov, so he's jumping down there towards the truck. If he sees them coming, he can stop them. And that should give enough time for everyone else to rotate on in. So the B bombs, that's not going to be easy to hit right now, especially if they're doing it a little bit later in the round as they are now.
Simple's just waiting for Get Right to push through from underpass, but Potentially gets a little bit impatient, has to check back toward window. Now he's going to actually fall all the way in because the smoke at the top of connector won't allow him to utilize that off in such a position. And they're still covering on B because this is smart. Markelov hasn't left.
Yeah, there's great stuff because they're actually splitting up the defense here. There's two people, and they have to cover, well, both Catwalk and the apartments as well. And you can tell 20 seconds left here. Simple going to be a kill on Alu, but now they're coming into the bomb side. Simple rotating on in his great work here on Flipside. Hiko with a kill on Forrest, and he keeps spraying. He gets a double before he eventually goes down. And 12 seconds here for this 2v2. Bomb is in the bomb side. They need to get it down. Freiburg picks up a triple, but now he has to punch in those numbers. He can't stop. He has to hold it down here. And Blade trying to get into a good position. He's got the M4 swinging around. Freiburg looking for a quad kill, but Blade will take him out. And he's got time to find that AWP as well. That was a...
I was a bit concerned for Blade because when he entered the site, he'd already given up the plant, and he made noise on his way through. So Freiburg knew exactly where he was, and that was in Battle of Ring around the Rosary. You've given Freiburg the chance. In that exchange, you typically think is the better individual player would win that duel. So really well done for Blade to hold out on that. And there it is. They win another gun round. They'll buy out. They've got full money bonus going the way of NiP right now, but nothing working in their favor. And Hiko again, they come toward him. He seems sprayed down with another double. So he's looking solid on that B site. They might have to evaluate trying to get in connector and splitting on A.
I mean, it might be time for just a very standard round here to try and see if you can get the smokes off in a bomb site. Maybe put Simple out of his job for just a little bit until those smokes fade, and put the bomb down, fight for the after plant, and you know, nothing too flashy in a sense. Because these B splits are, I think they're a really good idea, but they're sometimes hard to make work properly. We saw that Flipside got a couple of really great opening frags in that B take.
Get right, just going to sit by in apartments, make sure no one's going to push into that deep smoke. I'll give up that he's there, but it also won't allow too much map control loss, so not really much of a game, just a utility used, and now Forrest goes back for the bomb. And this is interesting because they've already fully committed to a rotation, so this might be the exact round you were talking about, a more standardized A play. They've got a player inside Palace, so they can come from both angles, nothing going on in mid. That will allow Simple to rotate over, but if they smoke this correctly, actually, they're going to go for the wall of smokes. They want to play the Na'Vi smokes close on the site. I'm not sure they got one out on jungle, so Simple might still have a vision here.
Yeah, but I actually kind of like this play. This bomb plant's going to be really big. Simple, I think, almost killing a teammate. He was definitely a little bit wired there. 30 seconds left. NiP trying to make their way in. Blade could have maybe got a multiple spray down there, but Alu and Freiburg picking up good kills. Exist to take down Simple, and that has to be the jackpot right there. Bomb is down. It's a 2v4, and as long as they don't show themselves, there's almost nothing that Flipside can do to actually retake this bomb site. If they get an early kill on someone from NiP, and Alu in a way is giving them away back in the round here, although he's doing a lot of damage to Markelov, and he's going to end up going down. So now it's a 2v2, and NiP making a mistake here. They don't need to make at all. Hiko trying to push up. Not a lot of time left on that bomb, though, and Freiburg shows himself by Tetris. Get Right gets a kill. Hiko picking up one more. He's got the double. He's holding it down. Get Right surely just going to come and peek him, and he's going to spray it, and NiP, well, they'll win the round, but it's very, very close with that spray not connecting. And I mean, from a 2-on-4 into a 1v1, that was a big mistake on NiP's side.
Absolutely, because they had all the positions down. I actually thought that they didn't smoke. We didn't see the two that came up from the Palace side to cover off over toward jungle. I didn't think they were going to cover it at all, but that was an interesting wall of smoke across the back of the site with a gap in the middle intentionally to try and take out anyone that's waiting by the firebox. So a little bit of a different play from NiP. Either way, it's Alu to lurk all by his lonesome. He's already spotted a one-up, but look at the damage. That nade goes past him. I actually said he's all by his lonesome, but clearly not. The overlay lies. Exist was hugging him so tightly we couldn't see him on the map.
That buddy system going on, getting a bit too
Never
friendly.
walk home alone at night.
I mean, at this rate, NiP just got to keep winning, but it's kind of, I would say it's a big warning sign right now that you almost can't win a 2v4 in that A-bomb site when the bomb is planted in a very good position already, and there's so much time for you to play around with. NiP going to go back to the default A execute, but with a bit of a variation this time. They've got Get Right coming up for underpass, and that's cool. It's a good way of doing it, just the flip side, don't get too comfortable. And if he can, shoot someone in connector, all of a sudden the defense is going to be much lighter on this A-bomb side. This time, they don't smoke the center of the bomb site, but they're going to go for the normal smoke sequence here instead. CT spawn and connector. And Blade just trying to see if he can stay alive here on the stairwell. I think he spots out Get Right, and the timing is perfect. Simple holding with the AWP is in fact going to miss the shot, but the smokes are gone, and NiP being very slow in this round, and I'm not exactly sure what the reason for it was. They're going to lose that round very swiftly. And I mean, at this rate, we could be seeing a third map here. It looks like NiP are just getting crushed.
Yeah, there's really not much going their way at all. The smokes worked the first time they got in, and maybe that round became close. Reset money bonus, back on nothing here. And, I mean, Simple's just adaptive with that op. He heads back over to CT spawn, and Smoke's gone. Like you said, they walk in, and it's just an op with a free line of sight. 2 easy kills. And now Simple goes back to mid right off the start. Now they're going to take these pistols over to B, so Hiko's going to be the player that comes under threat right away. But he still has Markelov not far away at all. In fact, he hasn't even gone up catwalk to the corner yet. He's still inside, but nice molly. That's actually really smart to slow them down on the underpass. They can't even get back toward mid.
Yeah, I think it's like even a Molotov HE combo. So, you know, you walk into that, you're probably going to be dead fairly quickly. I don't know what NiP are hoping to get out of this round. I think, especially in fact on a map like this, it's so worth it to buy 1 flashbang and 1 smoke just to try and see if you can get something out of these Hiko rounds, because otherwise you're not leaving yourself much of a chance here. Hiko will go down, and Get Right doesn't currently have the bomb. It's back there somewhere, and he can't pick it up in time. So single kill on Hiko is not quite going to be good enough. Again, if you just have that 1 smoke, you can hope to get a bomb down, and I think it's worth the investment. NiP going to be behind 7 rounds, and this is like a repeat of Inferno, only in reverse. Yeah, and Simple, you said last game was near the bottom with Hiko. Now Simple's at 13, leads the way right now, and the server's confidence is alive. We saw that. The thing with Simple is when he gets 1 kill in a round, he often gets multiple. So he'll have these quiet rounds, and he'll have these nuts ones like that 4K with the USP. We saw 2 in that round. We saw 3 in another. He adds them up quite quickly. So close smoke catwalk this time. They're going to walk around. Exist wants to be the first in, and with Markelov, down. Bit of a chance here that they can overwhelm Hiko, who's yet to spot the first 2 that have dropped in. He's definitely heard them, but Get Right's already in a position to catch him when he rotates back in. And Exist going to smoke off window. This is looking actually really good for NiP to get a bomb down and get decent post-plant situation. Yeah, for a brief second, I thought that was Exist getting that kill while jumping mid-air, but it wasn't. It was Forrest from behind him, but I was about to take off my headset and just throw it somewhere. Get Right gets a kill there, and Blade will try and return. Super quick round here from NiP as they just rush into that bomb site, and they're there way before Flipside can actually make this work. So Get Right with the triple, and then NiP going to win the round 8-2. Pretty good job. And I mean, if communication is an issue for Flipside, going quickly will give them less time to communicate, and maybe that's going to be, at least, I don't think it's going to be the whole answer, but it's going to be part of the answer anyway. Yeah, I mean, potentially, but when you're going quickly into the site that Hiko is already playing in, there's no communication that Hiko has to say other than B, and he's already in the fight, whereas if they're calling for late rotations on A, maybe Hiko will get a little more confused, but it's pretty obvious what he's got to do in those situations. Just kill people. Sure. Kill everyone. But they failed at that, and maybe they should have picked up a Finnish sniper. Finnish sniper. Well, they got a Ukrainian sniper, and he's doing pretty damn well at the moment. He's down to 30 health at this point in time, though. NiP, a lot of mid-control right now, and they're going to try and go for the boost up into window room, which is always a fun idea. Although, Flipside see it coming quite a distance away. I think Blade is the one holding it from CT spawn, essentially. So if they try and sneak too close here... No, it's actually Simple holding it instead, sorry. And Blade there, up on the stairwell, going to be picking up 2 kills on Freiburg and 1 on Exist as well. And now a really good start here. Flipside just making life hard for NiP. Blade with a triple and a little bit of spray through the ceiling there. Alu going to pick up the kill on Bondigan. A grenade kill, making it a double. Get Right takes out Hiko. How is this happening from a 2v5 into a 2v2? 30 seconds left on the clock, though. Very low HP on Alu, as we can see, 1. And it's an M4, not an op. If he has an op, it doesn't matter how much HP he has. He just needs the shot. This makes it a little bit more interesting for him. That said, if he finds Simple, with only 30 HP, there's a bit of a chance. Late smoke out on top of connector. That bomb was covered, and Markelov perfect spray through it. He knew exactly where that was placed, and he's going to go back at the other one. Markelov, insane. That is some nuts timing on Markelov. Those 2 kills were quite impressive. And he was playing a really good angle. You could see he was a bit worried that they were going to come and wrap around him, but they didn't have enough time. So if they go and pick up the bomb and smoke it off there, and the fact that they put down the smoke is kind of important as well, because Markelov actually had a Molotov. So I thought for a moment he was going to try and just Molotov on the bomb and say, look, you're going to waste so much time here. It's not going to be fun at all. 9-2, and NiP back with no armor. They do have 2 deagles, though. 1 on Alu and 1 on Forrest. And you never know once those deagles are in play. Hiko going to go for the deep smoke again, and as he does, NiP feel like it's time to go. Just the M4 bullets left in Hiko's chamber here, not that many. He's going to go for a couple of headshots, lands 1. Get Right and Exist will get a kill each in return, and they're going to be a bomb plant here for them, which is going to be important. And Exist, in fact, picking up 2 kills, still should not be around for NiP, but they are really making a lot out of this round.
Get right, just playing ring around the rosy. Ah, you almost looked the right direction, but Blade got there just in time. I was looking for something special, something to excite us.
It could have it could have been once you're in that 2v2, but they played it rather well. And a 10-2, looking like a strong start for Flipside.
Similar score to what we saw in Inferno. I mean, when it was 14-1 at half, it's not quite the same. They've got 2.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still going to have the score. Remember what I said, though? It's because I jinxed them by saying they'd never given up double digits in a map so far. That just
did say that. NiP fans, time to tweet at Say the Kiss. We already got all the Finnish people doing it.
My new HTC M9, hashtag HD esports, is getting overwhelmed right now. You're just going to have to let it have a break.
Wonderful plug right there. It's just going to be moving in, and a good spray down there. Markolov already gone, and he's going to continue to try and see if he can find an opening, but Blade, again, hiding in the smoking connector, going to take him out. Bondic with a strong kill on Alu, and they're a man down now. NiP, they've been spotted as well. Get Right going to pick up the kill, but Forrest goes down, ironically playing in Get Right position, and Freiburg going to be alone in a 1v3 here. No bomb plant yet, and it's going to have a hard time actually putting down the bomb. He gets a shot on Blade, but
9 HP.
Down to 9, yeah. This is not looking cool at all. Simple to take him out. And that is another round for Flipside, and NiP's economy is not strong enough yet. They've reset their own round loss bonus, and they don't get the bomb plant.
So round 14, Flipside with a massive opportunity to just add to their lead, continue this tally moving forward, and take the momentum. Again, their T-side's very solid on this map when they have momentum, and they definitely have that now. So we'll see how that has an effect. Simple's going to open it up again by finding Freiburg and goes for a JW play where it jumps out the window, checks the underpass, and immediately walks back into connector. So we can rotate back to window should the call be required if they work up toward mid. Meanwhile, it's Alu in the underpass, and Simple's already staring that direction. So he's got good position on Alu as well. That Molotov will go slightly deep because Alu's on the ledge. But Bondic Get Right. Everything's working in their favor. No damage dealt in reverse so far onto the CTs, and just stay efficient. Again, keep NiP from doing any damage. They're going to be able to buy in the next round regardless, but why give them any frag money? Give them anything even to pick up utilities at this point, because another round where the bomb's not going to be in position to get planted right now with only Forrest left. He waits at the top of middle. They did get one in return. Forrest actually uses the deagle to get Bondic, but it's Blade. There it is. 12-2, last round of the half coming up, and very little money to work with still. Enough to buy out, but not necessarily full utilities on everyone here.
Yeah, Simple lost the AW in window, but as you can tell, he had around 7,000 at the beginning of this round, so it's not a big issue here. 15th round coming up, and Flipside fully equipped. NiP, they've got the equipment as well here, so let's see what they can actually do in the last round of the half. But either way, 12-3 or 13-2, none of those scores are very good for NiP. Freiburg going to go with the smoke here, and it's going to be the default round once again. See if they can do it. And they are sort of sandwiching Bondic in here. Can he pick up a kill? They're checking all around, but he's going to go for the shot anyway. Almost takes down Freiburg. And now they're going to have to go and play for the retake here, Flipside. I'm pretty sure NiP are going to be able to get the bomb down. But retaking on A is not as hard as it seems. It's easier than on most of the bomb sites in the game.
It's definitely got the open possibility to find the angles. Hiko burning Forrest alive. Firebox, apt to the name. And Simple looking over top, just missing the head off exists right now, but he's still in a decent position here from play from Tetris if he gets the cross. The smoke's already out though, and they're on the defuse. Little do they know they're on the defuse. They're not going to get this at all. This is going to go the way of Flipside. Simple gets one more kill, but Alu and Freiburg can do nothing.
And that was Hiko just running right into it and defusing the bomb in the middle of all of it. Very cool stuff here. 13-2. Yeah, there was so much gunfire and so many grenades being thrown back and forth that no one can hear the tap of the bomb there. And I think no one spotted him, so that's very interesting. Flipside, after completely crushing Lost on Inferno, they're back to exact revenge on NiP. So your 2-1 prediction.
I know, I'm looking good. I'm such a genius.
Yeah. Is that your mother telling you that as well?
No, she gave me the genes. I'm actually a genius.
All right. You realize they didn't call it genius because of genes, you know. It's not how it works.
It's actually clever.
Okay, look, it's probably not very clever at all, actually. Simple is going to be getting an opening shot there on Alu. He bought a deagle in the pistol round, which is definitely unusual. But for Simple, we kind of expect that.
Simple's going to, yeah, exactly. I mean, run this raid boss play. The other one they did it on earlier was Hiko. They had the confidence in him to drop a Tech 9 when he ran the raid boss. So Meanwhile, it's the armor on the Glocks, so they don't actually swap the guns over. Meanwhile, Get Right, though, takes one with the P250, up close, P2000, excuse me. Adds to that stat track total. Now he realizes he's got company coming in the back door as they head through into the B site, but a quick rotation out from jungle allows through the vents 3 players to get inside the site, and Forrest is one of them, but he may not need to be there as Get Right's going to take down everyone. Finally gets dropped by Markelov. Hiko before that contributes with 1, so it's a 2-on-2. In fact, Hiko's going to bring it back. They've got the favor now. And it is the armor players that are up against Forrest. He's got armor himself, but only the USP up close. Can't hit the one tap, and Markelov, he's going to close it out. Similar situation to Inferno. They dominate the first half, they win the pistol, and they are in great position to close this out.
There was some quite cool movement in this round from Get Right, because just as he's about to get shot in the back from whoever is coming in, I think that was actually Blade coming in from Catwalk, he moves just a little bit to his right, so now he's not visible from Catwalk anymore, and he ends up getting a triple kill. So, I mean, some good headshots, but also I think movement-wise, that was a cool round from Get Right. Doesn't really help in the end as Flipside still going to win it. That
missed smoke.
Fail, which it does pretty often. It's just not such an easy smoke to land, even though maybe it feels like it should be. It's 5-7, and then a single scout on Get Right here for NiP, trying to hold on to this map, but I'm not sure.
Well, that's the thing. This was the series we said I could surprise and go to that third map. Remember, there's still one more quarterfinal after this. Na'Vi and Renegades. Meanwhile, NBS Cloud9 already through, and Hiko already through Connector, but it's Exist to find him at the top of the stairs. So he won't get into the A site for free passage, but Blade's inside the ladder room popping out. That scout didn't pop him quite so quickly. Saw him on the edge of the scope, but it's Blade to get the kill, and now Forrest has to recover this round, or at least make an attempt to so far, because Alu's now got Simple. They've divided out the offense. In fact, the bomb all the way inside B, but it's all by its lonesome 4 HP for Markelov. If this goes down right now, there's still a long way for Bonding to go. So smart by Markelov not even to attempt to plant to give away his exact position. He's just got to hold and get the support system in place.
Yeah, I mean, if Bonding is up in apps, maybe he can defend the bomb long enough, but I think he still needs Markelov to get at least 1 kill. They can't do this, 1v3. Bonding needs a little bit of help. Yeah, he's going to go for the plant, and that's going to be a quick retake there. So 14-3. Let's say, just do me a favor. Say scout again.
Scoot, oot, and a boot.
Exactly. I love it.
Are we going to chug maple syrup later? I challenge you to a duel.
I mean, I imagine I'll get some sort of heart attack if that happens.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not supposed to drink it raw, are you?
No,
Put it on like pancakes, right?
I mean, I've done crazier things. It is designed for pancakes. It is a syrup.
Maple syrup shots,
That exists.
I imagine it does.
Just make sure you take the purse to the bar when you order it.
Okay.
Alu going to open up on Simple, though, so things are looking good this time for NiP after that eco. Maybe a case for them to at least make things annoying for Flipside at this point. As they work toward Get Right, he threw out that initial flash. The nade just completely detonates on top of Blade's feet. It's going to be Get Right just to mow them down after that. Forrest gets the initial and then Get Right with 3.
And nice defense. And I mean, Flipside running through the smoke, I think just a sign that they know it. Like, they don't want to try and, play hard to get in around like that. They just want to get it over with so they can get the AKs and finish this game, which they should definitely be able to do. But you got to be careful that your mind is not already in the next map as you're still playing the second map, because that's actually a way that NiP can get back here. It seems highly unlikely that they're going to win 12 rounds in a row, but crazier things have happened. And right now, Freiburg with that M4A4, and someone was pointing out actually Hiko likes using it as well. It's just going to go down, and speaking of Hiko, he's the one to open up this round for a turn by Forrest, and now they're going to be running into the site. Freiburg instantly gone, and now Alu up on the stairwell trying to see if he can find an opening. And that bomb plant is very close to happening. Simple taking down Alu with the AK. Not able to afford the AWP. It's still doing good work here. Get Right and Forrest are left, and it's looking like map point here for Flipside. Again, this is not a position you should be losing. 2v4, all you have to do is essentially set up crossfires, and you're going to be good to go. Simple, though, not interested in anything like that. Getting a triple kill in the round.
Yeah, I love that. You say just set up crossfires, and it's Simple doing simple things. Just walks out, takes the fight.
He's got 21 kills, but so does Blade, in fact. So they're kind of tied for score at the moment. Top fragging on NiP is Get Right at 17. So
significantly higher than all of his teammates as well. Next highest, 9. Alu.
Time to make some of those, minus X plus someone else threads. Those are always quality threads.
Minus Get Right plus one more bot.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stop.
It's too late.
I'm going to quit while I'm behind.
Oh no, Freiburg and Allo actually picking up 2 big kills here. Flipside losing 2 players early on in the 20th round, and Freiburg to spray down another one, making it a double for himself. And this should have been the round where Flipside just kind of cruise into the third map, feeling great about themselves, and then they run into NiP, who just, you know, prolong it a little bit longer, but still. What do you think, Sadakis? Give us a forecast here. What are the odds for overtime?
I'd say about 10 to 1, to be truthful here.
All right.
If you want to go by rounds.
I see what you're saying.
I am thinking it's highly unlikely. Fortunately, Flipside have no economy right now, so I don't know. I mean, one slip up, maybe we'll get to like 15. I'm going to say 16-8 is going to be our final.
16-8. You're giving NiP a couple of more rounds to play around with.
That's all I'm going to give them. Simple's got the only AK, and he's actually trapped right now between that fire inside the B apartment, so a bit of a chance. But this is a long smoke right now over top of the A site. And Freiburg up close actually has Blade completely blinded in the corner. Markelov gets the first kill, makes it a bit interesting. That forces Freiburg to fall back because now he's not sure if he's going to get taken out from Palace, but running into his crosshair. Simple, meanwhile, getting get right over on B, so that keeps the AK up. Not for long. NiP, they'll win this round easily with the guns. And it's going to be 15-6. I got 2 to go.
Yeah, not that much money on Flipside once again here, but they are going to buy up this time around. They're tired of waiting. And I don't know. I mean, I love to see NiP. They've got so much money. They're not obviously going to be saving for anything at this point here. So I'd like to see them try and go for maybe an auto sniper in that A-bomb side, just to shut down Flipside, because they will eventually go for a sort of standard A execute. And the auto sniper is so good at locking it down. Bondik with a good opening kill sees the aggression from Forest, and that's going to be a good start.
This gives Blade a bit of a chance, actually, to work up with Exist trying to peek over top of this smoke. Because if they can get a flash even in the corridor to turn Exist around, he's close enough that it would be an easy kill for Blade to come through on. And there's no one in window to stab him in his attempt to do so. As Alan looks to set up that crossfire. But they're all coming around, and there it is. Hiko actually just takes down Exist straight up, so they may just have the A site to work on. They're going to try and rotate the long way around through the vents, but they'll beat the player that gets to jungle, so they will actually get the man through vents. That's Alu to get in position. He has the op, that flash coming through. But with this smoke out of top connector, they may go back toward Catwalk because they're unsighted right now. This may actually work out perfectly for Flipside.
Well, Freiburg makes it a little bit more manageable for NiP, bringing it back a bit closer. And Hiko and Bondik are kind of low on health. Get right, going to go for the underhand flash, and he's actually a bit off on the timing. They were hiding in the corner, waiting for the flashbang before they peak, so that's a very cool idea. Molotov goes down, and Hiko, oh, he's almost going to burn. Then Alu picks up a kill, but this might be the end. It's a 2v3 bomb taking away inside, and Freiburg now showing up on Catwalk. Maybe he's the only one who could do this because he's got the health for it. He's going to spray down Markelov. And the remaining 2 Flipside members not very healthy at the moment. Freiburg charging in, and they will actually do the retake. Freiburg with a triple, Alu with a double, and NiP making it to 15-7. It's almost like they want that prediction of yours to come true.
I know. I wasn't worried. I knew we were getting to 16-8. One way or another. I was going to go unplug some more servers to make sure we got there.
I mean, now I'm getting worried. More than anything, I don't want you to be right. That's actually my only concern right now.
That can't happen. It won't happen. They'll eco right now. They have to. Scout for Simple looking for the shot. In fact, no surprise, he's the one to buy it up because he gets in these situations. He's always the man that has a plan. He definitely takes things into his own accountability, but Markelov's in the underpass already. Alu looking to bounce that nade out, but it bounces a little bit too deep back in the corner, so no one boosting. It doesn't do damage as intended. Bondik waiting Palace, so they're going to split. They're going to try and get through this connector and split onto this A site. And there's saving grace to that right now is actually that Exist is in the process of rotating back through CT, and a nice shot by Bondik's going to take down the only other player inside, directly inside the A site, as there'll be a forced rotation all the way back through Cat on B. So there's a big play to come out if they want to get to the A site. But meanwhile, Flipside, after this initial pick, look to go toward B again on Catwalk.
Wow, that was the Deagle crab walk. That's very, very annoying for Freiburg, obviously. Smoke and flash follow up there. Alu going to turn back and will pick up that kill on the Markelov fairly easily, but simple as day. Drops Alu, and now it's a 4v3. Exist holding by CT spawn, about 35 seconds left, and the Flipside are going to execute towards this A-bomb site, but they don't have any grenades or anything. Just try and get in here as a group and try and see if they can get the bomb down before Exist actually ruins their day here. 25 seconds. Can they finally make it? They're coming up from window room as well. Forrest is going to walk in and get the kill, and that's going to leave Blade alone. He goes down. Exist with a nice round here. A triple in total, making it to 15-8.
This is it then. Am I right? This is it.
I mean, if there is any justice in the universe, this won't happen.
I had a dream within a dream within a dream, and this was it.
Yeah. You've already told us about your mom. Don't anymore. It's
So Simple's actually going to go with the one for the peak this time, going right to the op. So they're using the full economy that they're giving. Freiburg wants to get up on top of Palace, again, above the shadow. But the interesting thing here is that it's a slightly different play. They don't go for the high mid approach. They just put 2 players in underpass and then secure out 8. They wanted to get double presence on the ramp. And they're head back to Horseshoe. It's an interesting setup because they don't actually have that much information yet. They still have the bomb over on the B side, and they're running 1 lurk with a 3 stack already on A. If they can somehow get a read on NiP's positioning, there's a really good chance of them to hit B quickly here.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too much of a bad move, really. You're right, those 2 players in A are quite far away as well. Forest will Molotov up underpass, though, and we'll see. Flipside are starting to push up a little bit in middle. They still got the bomb very far back here, so they just need that 1 opening frag, and they're going to be good to go. NiP are holding super defensively, though. It's going to be really hard for Flipside to get even a single opening kill. They might just have to use the grenades they have to execute. Forget about those opening frags.
Well, that's the thing. Just get into the site and get the bomb down. Again, though, bomb's still lurking over toward the B apartments. It's going to be Get Right that has to close them off. Molotov to check the corner of the van. That flash came out, though. Look how much they get delayed by that. And when they go to look for the peek end toward the window, it's Get Right that easily lines the first up. Markelov getting him back, though. It's still a man down because just before that, Forrest picked up one of his own, and he's still in a good position when they cross over. Can he get a second? He does, but immediately traded and refragged by Bondic. Gives Alu the position to rotate back around. Then he'll get him, but it's Simple that's alive. 1-on-2, and it's Simple that's lagged down to 4 HP. What can he possibly do with the AK? Gets it down to a 1-on-1, but time expires. And there's justice for you, Anders.
It's a huge feeling of relief just washing over me. You can't see my face, but, just the smile.
I have to take a drink of water.
It was a nice guess, though. It was very close to being true. I'll give you that. You throw out random numbers, and it almost works. I like that. If you have to make predictions, you have to just follow through with them. That's how people believe that you know that you're on point here.
Predict with your heart, not your head.
Exactly. Exist here, just waiting inside. I was going to say he's number 8 on the minimap, but Freiburg right behind him as well. They actually both have the M4, but I think, Freiburg picked one up, so Exist is not with the money to be able to buy that. And we're at 15-9, so it could still happen here. Another 5 or 6 rounds, for NiP, and we're going to be at overtime, and that would probably be crushing to Flipside.
Yeah, I mean, that would... We talked about momentum, bringing it back from a horrible start to the series. That would just crush them. Even if they win that in overtime, it's still wow, we just blew that lead. You go into map, how do you reset from that? Having already overcome the first... you got to reset twice in a series at that point.
Yeah. I'm not sure he will. I think if it goes to overtime, NiP should definitely have it. They'll have such a momentum boost that it's almost unreal. Get Right, just going to be quick up into the ladder room, and he will hear someone running out of underpass and sees them shooting as well, so he should have a pretty good idea of what's going on here. Rotating back around his Exist towards the connector, and he's waiting for them to try and make their way through. 30 seconds left here on Flipside. Not a lot of time to try and get into a bomb site, but Simple will open it up, and Exist gets a kill. Freiburg picks up 1, and Freiburg with a double before he goes down. It's still going to be a 2v2. Get Right picking off 1. And now it's all on Bondic here to try and clutch it. He's going to get the bomb plant. But how is he going to make his? We can't really escape that corner of the bomb site now.
No, he can't. He's actually lurking it, though, so Get Right. Pop this smoke out, excuse me. He's actually got himself in an okay position as Bondic. But the problem is that as soon as he gets in the open, much further than that, it's exactly. Forrest is there. So A-ramp, Tetris, that's the play he wants to make. He didn't really even plant it for that, but there's nowhere else to go in that situation, and he hesitated a little bit. If he had just gone and sparred right away with Get Right, maybe he had a chance on low HP with Get Right on 22. But once he hesitates and stays in the open that much longer, Forrest is easily going to hit that shot. And Exist is going to buy out an op. They just dropped that. So double op setup right now for NiP.
I like that. Like I said earlier, I thought maybe the auto sniper was going to be the key, but sure, why not go for the double op setup here? Flipside, because of the bomb plant, are going to be able to buy all AKs and a pretty decent amount of grenades as well. So we'll see if this is going to be the round where they can actually close out the map, or if they are going to be somehow ending in overtime. That would be quite the comeback from NiP.
Yeah. I mean, that would be insane, considering it started from an eco after losing the second pistol as well. That was the writing on the wall at that point. So Flipside are definitely still tilting. I mean, this is one of the things that this team is known for a little bit, although Simple still having a reasonable individual performance as it's Bondic to open it up. So now they've got some space to work with, and in fact, a decent, quick execution. Bomb's already inside the A site. There's no one inside the perimeter right now from NiP, and they're down to only 3 players remaining against the 5 of Flipside. So we might be heading to map 3 if this round plays out as it should. Alu looking over top of the smoke, gets on top of Ticket Booth, but he whiffs on the first shot. Markelov takes him, and Simple